They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, home to the East Carolina Pirates. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the East Carolina Pirates. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
I'll read them and I appreciate it. No, it's okay. I appreciate it. It's okay. I appreciate it. Bye.
Onside kick on the opening kickoff. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. So East Carolina's offense will go on the attack first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
And the Pirates in the hurry-up.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
They'll need 3 yards here on 3rd down to keep this opening drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Get it out on the screen. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Pirates come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Touchdown, East Carolina. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
You can't draw it up much better than that. Opening drive, they scored a TD, and Pollock, they look to the big fella here to cap this one off.
Yeah, and you usually script your first drive of an offense. You know exactly what you want to come out and do, and whatever they scripted worked to perfection, and it included the big tight end getting the touchdown.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return and try to improve the field. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Navy's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. There's a receiver who's going to draw some attention, Jesse, but really, he's just part of this whole offensive puzzle.
He hasn't been the most consistent guy when it comes to catching the ball for this offense this year, but he has had some big moments. He has had some big games as well. And, David, you know, from a roster standpoint, they're generally not going to overmatch or overwhelm anybody from the receiver spot, but this is a dude that can get it done.
I think that's the biggest point that you made. It's a guy that has the potential to make big plays. And if you're pointing to a guy, he is the one. Talking to coaches, like, They've seen flashes in big moments. They need to see it consistently, and it starts today.
Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. They go to the ground. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Well, it's first down. The defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll keep it himself. Now the toss. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Navy needs to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. They'll run the option. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Quickly out to the tight end. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
Off play action on first down. Got his man on the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Trying play action. Here's the pressure. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And it's not panic time yet for this offense, but last week was a really bad performance. This week, starting off a little bit slow. They got to find some form of rhythm. They got to find some way, get a few first downs, get some playmakers involved, because right now they just seem out of sync.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Got out of trouble and throws. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Yeah, I just feel watching this offense, they need a big play. They need their confidence to get going, to get the mojo going, considering they really struggled their last time out. They just don't seem to have figured it out quite yet here in the first quarter.
Navy searching for a 4th down conversion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Frazier. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Here comes the option. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Navy now facing 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the big fella. Finds a crease at the 20. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Guys, East Carolina carries the lead into the quarter break. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. They'll move the tight end. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Right through his hands. He had a touch. And just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. Navy gets a field goal out of the drive. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Auburn is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. And if that quarterback can find a little magic a la Cam Newton, this might not be over just yet. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Oklahoma. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Pirates want to move quickly. Catch in the middle, it's Clark. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes.
Oh, we're going to war, dude. I thought it was like two propeller planes came in. It was really? Yeah, I swear to God. No, it was a huge operation. They had a big plane. They brought their Navy. Damn. Yeah, it was war. The Navy pulled up, and then the plane was the aircraft carriers. Yeah. The big ones. Yeah, they brought the boys out. Fuck. Yeah. So they like totally devastated it. Yeah, if it was two planes, it would have gone.
Big play.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, you don't even know. It'd be like, there could be anyone flying a shitty plane into like. It was the boys pulled out. They really left it. Okay.
And here comes the Navy offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets hyped. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Navy comes to the line facing 2nd and short. Off the play fake. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Caught near the sticks. It's Frazier. They make the stop, but not before he picks up a 1st down for Navy. With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just efficiently moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that speed. It scares the mess out of me. I might give you more of a cushion, especially in some areas where you're going to get good matchups of safeties or linebackers on receivers. Nice execution by the offense, getting the free 1st down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Intercepted.
Somehow they just knew exactly what I was.
Inside the touchdown, ECU. The defense putting points on the board. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're in defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good. It puts one more on the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Navy will go back on the attack. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Pocket breaking down. And the defense jumps on it. They get that
My grandfather was key, and we were supplying our oil. He was just roughly, this is the 30s. So the 30s, it was massively accepted to go into another country and just fuck literally fuck people into submission. It wasn't accepted. By the Japanese, though, it was like, oh yeah, there you go. Fuck yeah.
East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive, and then quickly went to pot with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this third possession. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He leaves it with his back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 Russian defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Pirates. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he added the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. And he's going to try to return this one. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun.
Get the fuck out my way.
Get something going right now. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The midshipman could get really aggressive here on second and short. The lone back's got it. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Navy to the line, needing just a few inches on third down.
We shouldn't do this. When they got the animal and stuff, people were not like totally stuff. The army or everything stuff. What percentage of people is like were against that, you know? I thought it was incredible.
Looking to throw for it. Throws to the back. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Holds it in the first down and more. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long.
Still raising the flag. They're raising the American flag in the stands.
From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Pulls it in. It's Frazier. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. First play of the drive, wants to throw. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on 1st down. The corners are walked up tight. Give to the back. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, East Carolina.
I was just like, dude, that was... I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not advocating for anybody in an internment camp. Yeah. But in World War II, 1940s, like, that's kind of fair game.
Well, I mean, is this a podcast or a podcast?
Just talking back and forth. No, it's not. It's catching up.
This is what a podcast is. It's hot.
My God. We were just talking current events. Cause
yeah, we were trying to dig up some shit.
We just talked about how North Korea is wilding out.
Yep. Ooh.
What?
Dude, apparently Amelia Earhart may have been captured by the Japanese.
Damn, that's pretty sick. That's just...
The Florida Gators are white hot in the transfer portal. They might have found their new QB1, and they kept Jaden Ball.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a
You are Locked On Gators, your daily podcast on the Florida Gators. So the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Locked On Gators, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thanks for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free reviews of the podcast and on YouTube, or sometimes like yesterday, we're available 6 times in one day. 6 more world championships than Booker T got. He's a 5-time champion. You're getting that kind of energy because it's 5 a.m. for me as I'm recording.
Would have been the top running back in the portal had he chosen to go in the portal.
Middle of the field, more defenders. Am I going to get whacked when I hit this thing? It makes those guys think a little bit. You see more drops over the middle of the field.
For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
And I expect them after that incompletion to go for it here on 4th down. Again,
Whack as
I know
fuck.
they're in their own end of the field right now. But we
Hate
talked
this
to
team.
the coaching staff coming into this one. They said we are
Number one,
going
James
to
Ball's
be
an NFL back.
aggressive.
He's a
no
guy that
matter
can do
what.
everything.
We haven't seen the
You can
punter
feed
in
him a
this
lot
game
during a
yet
game.
for them.
He's got a lot of
I think you're gonna
versatility.
see
He's
here.
able to carry a heavy load. I think he does things in the pass game and the pass pro game. They're going to continue to get better. He's going to improve his draft status. So, one, he's a great player to come back. But then optically, for John Summerall, you talked about Dallas, you talked about Burnell. getting these pieces shows optimism with a new regime at Florida. And that's as important as anything. We know that the propaganda war in college sports and sports in general is huge. And starting off in year one, John's got to put his best foot forward, and you're going to have some continuity with some of your best skill position guys coming back. So it's massive on a lot of different fronts. If the leap is that Jaden Ball is just going to run through your face at some point on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. So it's a big win for John Summerall, and you're putting more money in that bank, and you're already building up equity with that fan base.
Situation, you might see a shot play.
Yeah, because it's a fan base that tends to freak out as someone who went to that school and lived in the general vicinity.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break.
Individually, in that first meeting, like, hey, we need.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful back.
And I'll be honest, John Summerall is real. And, that's something that I think gets thrown around too much nowadays. And not that Billy Napier was fake or anything like that, but John Summerall's not here to beat around the bush. He's not here to walk old ladies across the street or buy as many milk out.
Guys, I'm going to tell you, I just never saw this team falling into a 3-game losing streak. They are wounded, reeling, and they've had their confidence shaken.
You just hope to be able to make it back to the bus after the game. So that mindset, that killer mindset, is going to permeate through these players. There's talent there, but people talk about in front of everybody. He's not just listening to his offense and make sure nobody else can hear. And players respect that. 18 to 24-year-old males, even though 18 to 26-year-olds now, they respect that more than anything. At least you're real. I may not like you as much. I may love you even more, but I respect real. And if you go through the recruiting process, go through player retention, the real ones keep the real ones because real recognizes real. And that's what John Summerall is. That's why he's my number 1 coach for the Florida. And that's why when he gets to Florida, it's not going to be giving time. It's I'm going to get there. Like you don't have to wait. So I just respect the man and the mindset, and that is what's going to fire up his players. There's going to be a different flavor of ice cream on the field with Florida this year. Not going to be a bunch of moping your hands and oh, woe is us and oh no. It's going to be just please for the love of everything sacred and holy, kick this ball off so I can go take somebody out, and that's just Florida should be. Yeah, it feels like they got everybody they really wanted. The other one I wanted to mention is Miles Graham at linebacker, who was another, like Burnell Brown III, another legacy Miles Ernest Graham's son. But yeah, they definitely seem like they got what they wanted to see. The Lagway thing, they made it pretty clear from the get-go that that's not somebody they wanted to retain, and I don't know if the DJ wanted to play for them, and it all kind of, worked out. Good breakup, right? It's like it just feels like a good luck sub situation. Yeah, it's excellent to get a neat Thursday. So, yeah. The quarterback situation is clear now since Aaron Philo is coming to Florida, the Georgia Tech transfer who played for Buster Faulkner last year, and you got Tramel Jones staying, which Tramel Jones is one I like. I don't know if they're figuring this out, Jake. You tell me. For those who don't know, Jake has actually worked in coaching before. He played baseball in South Alabama, and then was on the football staff at South Alabama. Like, he's been in these meetings, and so I just need to figure out, is this going to be an open competition between Philo and Jones, where they bring in Philo in because he knows the offense, and he's the guy who's going to start at Georgia Tech. It feels like they want them both. They want to see who can play. But I don't know how that works. Yeah, well, we all know money's a huge factor, and just like in the pros, if you're going to spend a lot of money on a player, that player probably is going to get the best chance to be able to play the most. You want to create competition. I know that's what John wants. You want that in every single room, iron sharpens iron, so whatever cliche you want out there. But you didn't, I don't think you
I know.
Buster Faulkner, guys are pro.
That's good. I don't think we got enough people. Defense.
More effective than 8 was. Down the game school to get the board. You didn't bring your quarterback down there to sit on the bench. From my found the type of game zone. Down you go. $3 the friend eastbound, the friend and eastbound for Memorial Day weekend I was myself. Perfect. I was doing work that. Eastbound is a good way to start. That's a good first quarter script to get started off on the right foot. It's like nobody flies on a jet ski, right? Like it's too much fun. Precisely. So this will be fun to watch as we go forward with Florida. It feels like Summerall did what he was supposed to do. Mission accomplished there. Now we'll see in spring practice what they look like. But this is the hard part. Like when you're a new coach, investing in your goals is out of reach. The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chairman Vice Chairman Jess, and members of the committee for allowing me to be here today. I've spent 2 years in the service of the United States, but my journey did not begin in the far-flung outposts the CIA so often likes to send us. It began on the streets of Queens. In my neighborhood, we had a microcosm of America, and everyone had a different way of communicating. Sometimes those differing forms of communication caused conflict, often entirely. I wanted to be the person who stood between them, understood them, and I wanted to be the person who acted as a multi agent.
Pluto, I need you to back up. Switch out exactly where you are. Walton's exactly each other. Walton's the good and the shout until you know it. He doesn't know what he thinks he knows. Do you understand what you've done? You could have practiced. You could have constantly started slipping off the brakes.
a sense of exhaustion. The doctor could just throw in the towel. Take what we can. See what it takes.